Hey everybody, it's Greg from Park Journey here. I hope you're all doing well. I've been a pretty busy week here at Park Journey. Lots of stuff going on. We had some new updates this week. Hope you've all had a chance to check them out. But today's video, something that was kind of brought up on Twitter a couple months ago, and I've been kind of thinking about this and putting some notes down, and I wanted to kind of share it now. Basically, what I feel are the top five or maybe bottom five attractions at Disneyland that are only beloved because of nostalgia. So there's some, and I'm only looking at Disneyland itself. No DCA, no Walt Disney World, none of the other parks, just Disneyland itself. Because if we stretched it out to the other parks, I think there would probably be a lot more than just five. But yeah, I wanted to kind of share some thoughts on this. I don't think everyone's going to be happy or agree with my choices, to be honest with you. And there's a couple of attractions here that I absolutely love, but I think that I only love them because of nostalgia. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. But before I do, make sure you click below to subscribe to our channel. It is greatly appreciated. So first and foremost, I think this one probably would be on most people's list for attractions that are nostalgic, but maybe don't need to be there anymore. And that is the Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. I think this is an easy choice as far as I'm concerned. The other ones on this list probably aren't as easy as this. Not only is it just taking up a huge plot of land, I've never really been a fan of the Nemo conversion. I love the original, Submarine Voyage. Growing up, it was great. But the Nemo version has never really, I've never really fallen in love with it. It's just okay. I think that the Nemo ride at Epcot is infinitely better and fits more than the subs here at Disneyland. It works better, things like that. And then even on top of that, I think coming out of the pandemic, I have no desire to sit in a metal tube cramped with a whole bunch of people anymore. It's just I can't honestly ever picture myself going on this attraction ever again, to be honest with you. And I have to kind of question why they're putting so much work into bringing this attraction back. It's expensive to run. You need a lot of cast members, and it's just it's time has come. And I would throw the Autopia is not on this list. I don't think the Autopia is really a beloved attraction, so that's why I did not include it in this list, because I'm just talking about beloved attractions. So I don't think the Autopia really falls into beloved, but I would include this kind of a twofer, both the subs and Autopia. It's just there's so much more they could do with this area, whether it's Tomorrowland expansion or Fantasyland expansion or both. I just think that its time has come and gone a long time ago, and I think it's time for it to go. It worries me that they're putting so much work into this that we're going to be stuck with it for like another decade or something. And I think it's time. So that's the first one. Again, I don't think I'm going to get too much hate on that one as far as saying that its time has come and gone. I can't imagine the torches and pitchforks coming out on that one. My second choice attraction that I absolutely love, an attraction that when I was growing up, I actually went on opening day for this attraction without even knowing that it was opening day for this attraction. It was just our normal, yearly Disneyland visit as a kid when I was growing up, and it happened to be the first operating day for this attraction with lines down Main Street, and that attraction is Star Tours. Again, I think I love Galaxy's Edge. Rise of the Resistance is great. I think the Millennium Falcon is fun. I just think that this attraction, its time again has come and gone. They have made some improvements over the last few years. Obviously changing the scenes up, things like that. But it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to have Star Tours in Tomorrowland and then you have Galaxy's Edge. I keep joking that they should make a tunnel from the exit of Star Tours into Galaxy's Edge. It's a really long tunnel, obviously, and then that's kind of how you arrive in Galaxy's Edge, but it's never going to happen. As far as what could replace this, I'm kind of done with motion simulators. I think with things like Avatar, and you know, obviously Millennium Falcon. You know, it's kind of that next generation of motion simulator. So I don't really think that they need another motion simulator here. You know, that, you know, the people talked about, you know, doing the Iron Man. I don't think that, I don't want Marvel there. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, I don't know what could actually replace it. Maybe a station for something bigger down the line. But again, I think its time has come and gone. Star Wars has kind of moved on, so to speak. I would much rather any future Star Wars things go into Galaxy's Edge than in Tomorrowland, and kind of move away from Tomorrowland and Star Tours, you know, things like that. So that would be my second choice for what I think needs to go, that is only popular, again, because of nostalgia at this point. And even at Disneyland, it very rarely has more than a half an hour line anymore, even with all of the technical upgrades and film changes and things like that. I will say, if they brought back the original Star Tours, you know, video, I think that that would definitely increase ridership. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done that yet, to be honest with you. Maybe you know, updated the you know, updated the footage and, you know, make it all digital and 4K and all that stuff. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they haven't done that. But even with that, I would say give the original film you know, a year. You know, bring it back for a year and then be done with it. So my third choice, again, probably going to upset a few people, an attraction that just got a lot of work done on it over the last couple of years, and that is the Jungle Cruise in Adventureland. Again, it takes up a huge plot of land. Very, you know, it's rather low capacity. I think it's not, you know, as high capacity as something like Pirates or Indy or even Haunted Mansion, and it's just it's fun. We ride it on most trips, and you know, we always have fun with it. But I think that, again, it's kind of one of those things that you know, and I love it. But it is, you know, probably only popular because of nostalgia. I don't see, you know, smaller children clamoring like, "Oh, let's go on the Jungle Cruise. Let's go on the Jungle Cruise." I just I don't see that being a thing. And I think that, again, you know, with a park that like Disneyland that is pretty, you know, landlocked at this point, you know, you could definitely do something more adventurous in Adventureland than the Jungle Cruise. So that would be my third one. So again, I'm probably gonna upset a few people with that one, but not as much as my number one. I think that's gonna really upset some people. My second choice, which is right next to Jungle Cruise, would be the Enchanted Tiki Room. I love the Tiki Room. We go into it every single time we're at the park. It just brings back that childhood. You know, we would go to the Tiki Room and we would always have dinner at Tahitian Terrace. I love it. You know, whenever, you know, our kids were younger, we would always, you know, make a point to go to the Tiki Room. You know, have our Dole Whip in there. Absolutely love it. But again, I think that it's just, you know, it's nostalgia, and it is for me. I mean, I'll be honest. Even though I love it so much, I know that it's because of the nostalgia of it. But I absolutely love it. But you know, in fairness, you know, versus some of the other attractions that I've talked about, you know, there's not really much more you could put here. I would hate to see the Tiki Room go away for something like expanded seating for a restaurant or something like that. Hopefully the Tiki Room is kind of here to stay. This is the one. This is one of them that. This is the only one of the four that I'm not really that I'm not suggesting that they remove, or obviously they're not going to listen to me. But I wouldn't, you know, say that this needs to be replaced with something else. It doesn't, because there's nothing else they could put in that spot. But I still love it. But yeah, I think again, even for me personally, I know that it's just, you know, a nostalgia thing why I love it so much. And the last one on my list, this is going to really upset some people, especially some of my fellow coaster enthusiasts, because this coaster has, well, this attraction slash coaster has a lot of history behind it, as the first tubular roller coaster, and that is the Matterhorn. And again, I love the Matterhorn, or, you know, I used to. It's pretty much unrideable at this point, to be honest with you. You know, it's rough. The track is aged. The mountain is aged. but it's iconic, right? The mountain is iconic at this point, but I think that people just love it because of nostalgia. It was both of my kids' first roller coaster. Back when they didn't even have a height requirement, you just had to ride with an adult because of the old trains. You didn't. There was no 35 minutes. I think it was like you had to be two, and that was it. So, but again, I think it's just a nostalgia thing. I would love for them to redo the entire track. I'd love to see like the RMC single rail, just do the exact same layout with both tracks, but just redo it with single rail track, and you have that same layout. You just one you like the bobsled. I think that would be amazing. But I think in its current state, maybe we'll go with in its current state, I just don't see how much longer it can survive. I know that they've replaced things over the years. They've replaced track over the years. They've obviously replaced the trains quite a few times. But I can't see now. It's how old is it now? I just can't see it lasting that much longer. I mean, you think about it, they've replaced the track on Space Mountain. They've replaced all the track on Big Thunder Mountain. And I'm sure over the years at some point they've probably replaced all of the track on the Matterhorn. But it's probably due for maybe a replacement of the entire track, but use computer technology to make it rideable. So we'll. But again, I think it's probably time. I would love to see the Matterhorn remain in some way, maybe with a future expansion of the Submarine and Autopia area with Fantasyland. But in its current state, I really honestly can't see it lasting more than another decade or so. But I know, and again, I know that that's going to upset some people. It's a landmark coaster. It's a landmark attraction. But for things to last for future generations, sometimes you kind of have to let things go. And I think Matterhorn in its current state probably needs to go at some point. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know. I'm sure a lot of you probably disagree with me. But that's the fun of this, right? This is my opinion, and you can let your opinion know, and I will definitely read all the comments and everything on that. So, all right, there it is. My top 5 or bottom 5 attractions at Disneyland that I think are only popular because of nostalgia. Take care, everybody, and have a great week.